The Tale of the Sleeping Forest and the Little Rabbit. Once upon a time, there was an enchanted forest known as the Dreamwood. Its trees stretched so tall they seemed to hug the sky, and its flowers bloomed in soft colors that glowed gently under the moonlight. In this forest lived small, friendly animals who worked together to keep the peace, and quiet squirrels gathering nuts, birds singing soothing melodies each morning, and deer tiptoeing through the undergrowth. One day, a little rabbit named Nemo was born. Nemo was special, with snow-white fur as soft as a cloud and eyes that sparkled like tiny stars. But Nemo was terribly shy and afraid of almost everything: the sound of the wind rustling the leaves, the dancing shadows of the branches, and even the cheerful giggles of the squirrels as they played among the bushes. On a calm night, when the moon peeked through fluffy white clouds, Nemo decided to venture out of his burrow all by himself for the first time. He wanted to discover why the forest was so quiet at night and why everyone slept so peacefully. He took small, cautious steps, his ears trembling with fear, but he was determined to be brave just this once. As he hopped through the grass, he heard a soft sound in the distance, like a gentle whisper carried by the breeze. Nemo crept closer and found an old owl named Emily perched on the branch of an ancient oak tree. Emily was as white as the moon, her feathers shimmering as if sprinkled with dewdrops borrowed from the stars. "Hello, little one," Emily said in her warm, soothing voice. "What brings you out here so late?" I want to know why the forest is so quiet at night," Nemo replied, looking down at his paws shyly. Emily smiled kindly and said, "Come with me. I'll show you the secret of the sleeping forest, but you'll need to be patient. It's a big secret that requires a little journey." Emily flew slowly ahead, and Nemo followed, hopping lightly through the dewy grass. First, she led him to a small hill overlooking the entire forest. From there, Nemo could see the trees swaying as if in a slow dance, their leaves catching the moonlight like a silver blanket. "Look around you," Emily said. "What do you feel?" Nemo gazed at the forest and saw the moonlight spilling over everything, soft and serene. "It's so peaceful," he said, "but I don't understand the secret yet." "Don't rush," Emily replied. "The secret isn't just in what you see, it's in what you feel. Come, let's visit another place." Next, Emily guided him to a little stream trickling between smooth stones. The water sang a gentle song, a quiet lullaby played by the breeze on invisible strings. Nemo sat by the stream, feeling the cool mist brush against his fluffy fur. "Close your eyes now," Emily said, "and listen carefully." Nemo shut his eyes and began to hear sounds he'd never noticed before: the playful splash of the water on the rocks, the rustle of leaves in the wind, and the soft sighs of the trees as they settled down for the night. It felt like the forest was breathing calmly, whispering comforting words just for him. "Do you hear it?" Emily asked. "Yes," Nemo said. "It's like a soft song that makes me feel safe." "That's part of the secret," Emily said. "But there's more to discover. Follow me to one last place." Finally, Emily led him to a small lake in the heart of the forest. Its water was so clear it mirrored the moon and stars in a dazzling display. Emily perched on a large stone by the lake and motioned for Nemo to sit beside her. "Look into the water," she said. "What do you see?" Nemo peered into the lake and saw the moon's reflection dancing with the stars on the surface. "It's so beautiful," he whispered. "Yes," Emily said, "but the true beauty lies deeper. Close your eyes again and place your paw on the ground." Nemo did as she said, pressing his tiny paw against the earth. He felt a faint, warm pulse, as if the forest had a heartbeat of its own. The sound blended with the stream's lullaby, the rustling leaves, and the breeze's whispers, until it seemed the whole forest was singing him to sleep. "Now, do you understand the secret?" Emily asked. "I think so," Nemo replied. "The forest sleeps at night, but it never forgets to care for us. It protects our dreams and keeps us safe." "Exactly," Emily said with a warm smile. "And you, Nemo, are part of this peace. There's no need to be afraid, because the forest loves you and watches over you always." A wave of warmth filled Nemo's little heart. For the first time, he wasn't scared of the shadows or the strange sounds. Before heading back to his burrow, he turned to Emily and asked, "Can I come back tomorrow to learn more about the forest?" "Of course," Emily replied. "The forest is full of secrets, and I'll be here to share them with you." That night, Nemo returned to his burrow and curled up in his bed of soft grass. He closed his eyes and heard the forest song whispering to him again, a blend of the stream's trickle, the leaves' rustle, and the earth's gentle pulse. He drifted into a deep, happy sleep, dreaming of new adventures with Emily. From that day on, Nemo became a brave little rabbit who loved the night. Each evening, he'd peek out of his burrow, look up at the moon, and smile, grateful to Emily for helping him uncover the secret of the sleeping forest. Whenever a flicker of fear crept in, he'd remember that the forest was his friend, wrapping him in its quiet embrace until he fell asleep. And so, night after night, Nemo slept soundly, knowing the forest would always be there, singing its gentle lullaby just for him. After discovering the secret of the sleeping forest, Nemo the little rabbit grew fonder of the night. His once trembling ears now stood tall, and his starry eyes sparkled with curiosity instead of fear. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the moon rose to light the dreamwood, Nemo would hop out of his burrow to meet his wise friend, Emily the owl. One crisp, quiet night, when the air smelled of pine and the stars twinkled extra brightly, Nemo found Emily waiting for him on her usual oak branch. Her feathers glowed softly in the moonlight, and her kind eyes seemed to hold a new secret. "Good evening, Nemo," Emily said with her gentle voice. "You've learned the song of the forest, but tonight I want to show you its heart. Are you ready for another journey?" Nemo's heart skipped with excitement. "Yes, Emily, I want to see more." "Then follow me," she said, spreading her wings and gliding silently through the trees. Nemo hopped after her, his little paws pattering against the cool earth. Their first stop was a clearing where fireflies danced like tiny lanterns in the air. The golden lights flickered and swirled, painting patterns against the dark. Nemo sat still, watching in awe as the fireflies floated around him, their glow brushing his white fur. "What are they doing?" Nemo asked, his voice barely a whisper. "They're the forest's dream weavers," Emily explained. "Every night, they light the way for sweet dreams to find the animals who sleep here. They're small, but they carry the forest's love in every glow. Nemo reached out a paw, and a single firefly landed on it, tickling him with its warmth. He giggled softly, feeling lighter than ever. "They're so kind," he said. "They are," Emily agreed, "but there's more to see. Come along." Next, she led him to a hollow tree surrounded by moss so soft it looked like a green blanket. Inside the hollow, a family of hedgehogs slept, curled into tiny spiky balls. Their gentle snores rose and fell like the rhythm of the forest itself. "Listen closely," Emily whispered. Nemo leaned in and heard the hedgehog's breathing, steady and calm. It matched the rustle of the leaves above and the distant hum of the stream from their last adventure. "It's like they're part of the forest song," he said. "They are," Emily replied. "Every creature here adds to the heartbeat of the dreamwood. When they sleep, they trust the forest to keep them safe, and the forest listens." Nemo nodded, feeling a deep sense of belonging. He wasn't just a little rabbit anymore, he was part of something bigger. Their final stop was a meadow where tall grasses swayed like waves in a quiet sea. In the center stood a single silver flower, its petals shimmering as if kissed by the moon. Emily landed beside it, and Nemo hopped close, his eyes wide with wonder. "This is the moonbloom," Emily said. "It only opens at night, and it holds the forest's dreams. Touch it gently." Nemo stretched out a paw and brushed the flower's petals. They were cool and silky, and as he touched them, a soft breeze carried a sweet scent through the air. Suddenly, he felt a rush of peace, as if all his worries melted away. "What does it do?" he asked, his voice dreamy. "The moonbloom whispers dreams to everyone in the forest," Emily said. "It takes the day's joys and turns them into stories for you to dream about. Tonight, it's singing just for you, Nemo." Nemo sat by the moonbloom, letting its scent and the forest's lullaby wrap around him like a hug. He thought about the fireflies, the hedgehogs, and the flower, and realized the forest wasn't just sleeping, it was alive with love and care. "Emily," he said softly, "does the forest ever get tired of protecting us?" Emily tilted her head, her eyes twinkling. "No, Nemo, the forest thrives on caring for its friends. And now that you're brave enough to listen, you help it too. Your courage makes the dreamwood stronger." Nemo smiled, his heart full. As the night grew deeper, Emily flew him back to his burrow. "Sleep well, little one," she said. "The forest has more secrets for another night." Nemo curled up in his cozy bed of grass, the glow of the fireflies still dancing in his mind, the hedgehog's snores echoing in his ears, and the moonbloom's scent lingering around him. The forest song, soft, steady, and warm, lulled him to sleep, and he dreamed of meadows and glowing lights, knowing he was never alone. From then on, Nemo greeted each night with joy. He'd peek out at the stars, whisper a thank you to Emily, and drift off, wrapped in the heartbeat of the sleeping forest, a heartbeat he now carried in his own brave little soul. Nemo the little rabbit had grown to love the nights in the dreamwood. With his snowy fur and starry eyes, he no longer hid in his burrow when the sun set. Instead, he waited eagerly for the moon to rise, knowing it meant another adventure with Emily, the wise old owl who had become his dearest friend. One starry night, when the sky was a deep velvet blue and a soft mist hugged the ground, Nemo hopped out to meet Emily. She was perched on her oak branch, her feathers glowing like a piece of the moon itself. Her eyes twinkled with a new mystery. "Good evening, Nemo," Emily said in her calm, melodic voice. "You've heard the forest song and felt its heart. Tonight I'll show you its memory. Are you ready?" Nemo's ears perked up. "Its memory?" "Yes, Emily, I'd love to see it." "Then come with me," she said, gliding silently into the misty forest. Nemo followed, his tiny hops leaving little ripples in the fog. Their first stop was an ancient stone covered in ivy, standing alone in a quiet grove. The stone was smooth and cool, with faint carvings of leaves and stars etched into its surface. Nemo tilted his head, curious. "What is this?" he asked. "This is the Whispering Stone," Emily said. "It holds the forest's oldest stories. Put your ear against it and listen." Nemo pressed his fluffy cheek to the stone. At first, he heard nothing but silence. Then, a faint hum began, like a lullaby from long ago. He closed his eyes and heard whispers, soft voices of rabbits, birds, and deer who had lived in the dreamwood before him. They spoke of sunny days, gentle rains, and starry nights, all woven into the forest's memory. "It's like they're still here," Nemo said, his voice full of wonder. "They are," Emily replied. "The forest never forgets its friends. Their stories live in the stone, keeping the dreamwood alive." Nemo smiled, feeling connected to every creature who had ever called the forest home. "What's next?" he asked eagerly. Emily led him deeper into the woods, to a circle of tall mushrooms glowing faintly in the mist. Their caps were speckled with silver, and they stood like tiny guards around a patch of velvet moss. Nemo hopped closer, enchanted by their light. "These are the starlight mushrooms," Emily explained. "They grow where the forest's happiest moments happened. Sit with them for a while." Nemo nestled into the moss, surrounded by the glowing mushrooms. As he sat, he felt a gentle warmth rise from the ground. Pictures floated into his mind, squirrels sharing acorns, baby birds learning to fly, and rabbits like him playing under the moon. The mushrooms pulsed softly, as if sharing the joy of those memories with him. "They make me feel happy," Nemo said, his eyes shining. "That's their gift," Emily said. "The forest keeps its joy alive in these little lights, so no one ever feels alone." Nemo nodded, his heart glowing like the mushrooms. He was ready for the final stop. Emily took him to a hidden glade where a single tree stood, its branches draped with delicate, shimmering threads. The threads sparkled like spider silk caught in moonlight, forming a web that stretched from the tree to the ground. In the center hung a tiny crystal, clear as a dewdrop. "This is the dreamcatcher tree," Emily said. "It gathers the forest's memories and turns them into dreams." "Touch the crystal, Nemo." Nemo reached out and tapped the crystal with his paw. It chimed softly, like a bell made of wind, and the threads trembled. A breeze swirled around him, carrying scents of flowers, pine, and rain. Then he saw it, a vision of himself as a tiny baby rabbit, snuggled in his burrow, while the forest whispered its lullaby over him. Tea was a memory he didn't even know he had. "That's me." Nemo gasped. "Yes," Emily said, her voice tender. "The dreamcatcher tree holds your story too. Every night, it weaves the forest's memories into dreams, so you can visit them while you sleep." Nemo sat under the tree, letting the shimmering threads sway above him. He felt the whispering stone's stories, the starlight mushroom's joy, and the dreamcatcher tree's gift all blend together. The forest wasn't just a place. It was a friend that remembered him, loved him, and dreamed with him. "Emily," Nemo said softly, "does the forest ever run out of memories?" "No, little one," she replied, her eyes warm. "As long as you're here, making new stories, the forest's memory grows. You're part of it now, forever." Nemo's heart swelled with pride and peace. As the night deepened, Emily guided him back to his burrow. "Sleep tight, Nemo," she said. "The forest has more wonders for another time." Nemo curled up in his soft grass bed, the hum of the whispering stone, the glow of the starlight mushrooms, and the chime of the dreamcatcher tree still with him. The forest's lullaby wrapped around him, steady, gentle, and full of memory, and he drifted into a deep sleep. He dreamed of ancient rabbits, glowing mushrooms, and a crystal that sang his name, knowing the dreamwood would hold his story forever. And so, Nemo slept soundly, his brave little spirit woven into the endless tapestry of the sleeping forest.